What's up, traders? So most people buy a Leaps because they saw a ticker trending higher and they got excited. That's it. That's the whole process. And then 12 months later, they're wondering why they didn't make any money. I don't do that. Every single Leap that I buy has to pass 5 different filters before I spend even $1. And if a stock fails even one single filter, then I move on. And that's no matter how much I like the company. So today I'm giving you the entire checklist with nothing held back. So 3 things. First, the filters one by one, including the one ticker that I check for every single trade that almost nobody talks about. Second, how I pick the exact strike, expiration, the actual contract, and the number that I have to know before I click buy. And thirdly, I'll show you exactly how you can find an amazing trade in less than a second with a click of a button. And so you'll want to stay till the end of the video for that. But if you're new to the channel, my name is Rashad. I am a full-time options trader and I bring in the bulk of my income via the stock market. So if you could do me a huge favor, go ahead, smash the like button. And do remember that this is not financial advice, nor is it a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any equities or options contracts. All trading comes with risk and results may vary. Now, as always, I start off my videos with a word from God that has to do with money, wealth building, or business. And today's words will come from Proverbs 11:24, and it says, "One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty." In the easy to read version states, giving can lead to increase, hoarding leads to lack. All right, so make sure to take care of the people you have the ability to take care of. But speaking of taking care of business, I typically will shout out a few members of the Trader Freedom community. However, I'm going to do a quick change and actually share with you one of my own wins. And so this is what I said to the community. I said, sitting in the Atlanta airport, made 12 times my plane ticket while eating tacos waiting for my flight. Not lost on me that 10 short years ago, I was working a job I genuinely loved, working with autistic children. But I still carry the bite marks and the memory of metal shovels being swung at my head from that season. I made $10 per hour. It would have taken me nearly 40 hours at that job to earn enough for this exact same plane ticket. So just a reminder to myself and to all of you how powerful this game really is. All right, just had to share that win because it's not lost on me. No matter how much success I have now, I always like to look back because you have to do that to appreciate the journey. All right, but if you guys know anybody who would like to trade with me, you can trade with me in the Trader Freedom community where you'll get everything. Or if you just want the Bull Premium newsletter where you get some of my trades every Friday morning, then that is also available in the links below in the description. All right, but with that, let's get down to business. So real quick, for anybody who's newer, because I don't want to lose you in the first 2 minutes, I'm going to quickly explain what are Leaps and how they work. However, if you are already experienced with them, make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to show you a better way to go about it. Now, first off, a Leap is just a call option with a long runway. All right, a year or more of time until expiration. And that's pretty much it. That's the entire definition. A call that you buy that has more than 365 days till expiration. And the name stands for long-term equity anticipation securities, which is just a very fancy way of saying a call option that isn't in a hurry. And here's how I want you to think about it. A Leap is like owning the stock without owning the stock. I'm not trying to catch a pop this week. I'm making the same bet that a shareholder would make, that this company is worth more a year from now. I'm just doing it with a fraction of the money. So this is more similar to a stock replacement, not a lottery ticket. And if you take nothing else from this video, take that. And so why do I use these instead of buying shares? Well, there are 3 reasons. All right. So number 1 here, you use less capital. So instead of just putting up the full price for 100 shares, I put up a fraction of that and I control the same 100 shares. And that frees up capital for other trades and other positions. All right. Now, number 2, more time to be right. This is the big one. Most people who lose money on options lose because they bought a contract expiring in 2 weeks and needed a miracle. But with a year on the clock, the company gets to report earnings 3 or 4 times. The story gets time to actually play out. And so you're not sitting praying for a great Friday. All right. And then number 3, risk is defined the second you enter the trade. All right. So the absolute most you can lose is what you paid. Period. That's it. All right. So if you pay $1,000 for a contract, that is the maximum that you can lose. And it never gets worse than that. All right. Now here's the part I really came to give you, my checklist. Before I buy any Leaps contracts, the stock has to clear 5 filters. All right. Trend, the weekly stochastic, quality, valuation, and upside, and implied volatility. And I want to be clear on how this works because this is where people kind of mess up. This isn't a scoring system where 4 out of the 5 works great. All 5 have to pass. If one fails, I move on to the next name. All right, there are thousands of stocks out there. I do not need to force any particular trade. So let's take a look at them one at a time. All right, so we have filter number 1, and that is the trend. And instead of describing it, let me show you. So this is NVDA, and we can see 2 lines here. The orange is the 50-day moving average, and the blue is the 200-day moving average. Now look at where price is. All right, 217 and change sitting above both of them. That's the first thing that I want. All right, second thing, look at the relationship between the 2 lines. Orange is above blue. The faster average is riding on top of the slower one. And that's what people mean when they say the averages are stacked bullish. And you can see it right here. All right. And third, look at the slope on the blue line coming up from the left. That's not flat. That's not rolling over. That is grinding higher. Now, why does this matter so much for a leap specifically? Because I'm possibly, and we'll talk about that in a second, possibly holding this thing for a year. If a stock is in a downtrend and I buy a 12-month call, I'm asking the trend to reverse and then run. And I'm paying for the privilege of just waiting. Those are 2 things that have to go right instead of 1. All right, so I do not catch falling knives. I buy strength and I ride it. A stock already going the right direction only has to keep doing what it's already doing. All right, filter number 2, and this is probably my favorite one, because this is where the timing lives, all right? And that is the weekly stochastic. And I need 2 things from it. It has to be above 20, which is this line here, and it has to be pointing in an upwards direction. And so let me explain what you're looking at here. The stochastic is a momentum reading that moves between 0 and 100. And when it's down in the red zone under 20, that's what people call oversold. And here's where almost everybody gets this wrong. They see the stochastic down in the red zone and they think, oh, it's oversold, it's cheap. And that must mean it's time to buy. Well, no. Oversold is not a signal. Oversold just means the selling has been heavy, and you know what a stock that's been sold heavily can do. It can keep getting sold a lot more. All right, the red zone is not a discount aisle. That is still a falling stock. And so what I want is for this thing to start to move higher. The stochastic bottoms out and turns and crosses back up through the 20 line and the slope pointing upward. All right, so that's not, hey, it stopped falling. That's buyers actually showing up and taking control. All right, and the difference between those 2 things can be months of your money just sitting doing nothing or possibly losing money. Okay, so oversold is not a signal. It turning upwards from the oversold area is. Now with the stochastic, we want to look at the weekly, not the daily. And that is deliberate. And here's a real one so you can see the difference. So this is Taiwan Semi, which we in the community just made a ton of money off of. And every single candle on the chart is 1 week. All right, so this is 1 week, this is 1 week, this is 1 week, this is 1 week. But down here at the bottom in this green box, this is the weekly stochastic. And so follow it with me. It rolls back over in June, and then it grinds down through all of July, which we can see it matches the downward candles. And then it bottoms out right there at the 20 line at the start of August. And now look at the very end of it, we can see that it's curling back in the upwards direction. And this is the exact same shape that I drew for you on the last slide, except this one is real and it's happening as we speak. And here's why the time frame matters. So if I pulled the daily stochastic on the same stock over the same stretch, it would have flipped from oversold to overbought and back probably a dozen times. It would have told me to buy in June, then sell in June, then buy again in July. That's just noise. The weekly moves much slower. And when it turns, that's a shift that took weeks of buying pressure to build, and those trends tend to last much longer. And so the rule is simple. Just match your chart to your holding period. If you want a long hold, then you need a longer time frame. All right. And I love the weekly stochastic when it comes to buying leaps. Now that's it for the technicals. Now filters 3 and 4, and we stop looking at the charts and we look at more of the actual business. So first off, we are looking at quality. Is the company profitable? Is the balance sheet healthy? Can it survive a rough year? Because I'm going to be in this trade for a long time and something could go wrong at some point. So you do want to make sure you are doing this on a good business. All right. Secondly, valuation. Am I paying a sane price for the growth I'm getting? Because a great company at an insane price is still a bad trade. All right. And then on upside, what's the average analyst target compared to where the stock trades right now? Now, you want to always take analyst target prices with a grain of salt. However, if several different analysts collectively believe that the stock is worth this much and it's already trading at this much, then there's a possibility that there's not that much more room to go. And so if you get anything from this slide, what I want you to remember is a good chart signal on a bad company is still a bad trade. The chart tells me when, the business tells me whether. All right, now filter number 5 is implied volatility, and this one flips the script on a lot of what I teach. If you're familiar with my channel, then you know that I love selling options. And as an option seller, we want a high IV because that increases the premium that we receive for the trade. However, as a buyer, you want the exact opposite. You want to pay as little as possible to get into the trade. All right. In this case, I'm the one writing the check. And when implied volatility is high, the same exact contract, same strike, same expiration costs me more money. So on the buy side, I want for IV to be low, cheap options on a stock that has just turned up. That is the setup. All right, so let's assume that a stock has passed all 5 filters. Now, which contract do I actually buy? Well, 3 decisions. We have delta right here, and I typically like it around a 0.70. Now, here's what the delta means in plain English. A 0.7 delta means that for every dollar the stock moves, my contract moves about 70 cents. So I'm capturing most of the stock's move without paying for the full price of the shares. Now, you're probably asking, why not go lower since the contracts will be much cheaper the lower on the delta that you go? Well, now because you're too far out of the money and the stock has to move a big move just to get back to even. And to put that in simple terms, going higher on the delta gives you a higher probability of profit. All right, so if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. All right, expiration. By definition, a LEAPS contract is a long call that is more than 365 days till expiration. However, I typically go somewhere around 365. All right, so if you do 360, I don't think it's going to matter too much unless we're starting to talk about taxes, which is a whole different subject. All right, but around a year or more is good to go. Now, there are a few reasons why you should exit a LEAPS contract, and you need to know which one you want to go with prior to entering into the trade. All right, now one of those things could be that the trend breaks. If price falls back below those long-term averages and stays there, the reason I entered is gone, so I am gone. All right, another thing is the weekly stochastic. And this is probably the most simplest way for people to watch. Since we entered into the trade because the weekly stochastic was moving in the upwards direction, well, once it crosses back down, we should go ahead and exit the trade. And a third reason would be that something fundamentally changed about the company. All right, if they are taking a downturn or they made some type of announcement that goes against the sole reason that you like the company to begin with, then that could be a reason to exit as well. No different than if you own shares and you wanted to go ahead and sell because you no longer believed in the company. All right, but you want to have your line in the sand where you know to get out of the trade because that is the difference between a trader and a gambler. Now, you could go out searching the entire market for stocks that fit all 5 of those criteria. However, I built Tradeform IQ, which is probably the most comprehensive trading and investing website on the entire planet, in my humble opinion. But I built a tool called LEAPSfinder, which you can find the best opportunities in the entire market with a click of a button. So if we go ahead and we take a look here, what the LEAPSfinder does is it goes out and it looks at 3,000 plus companies, all right? Pretty much any company with over a $1 billion market cap, and it searches all of them to fit those criterias. And so today we can see that it found 30 companies out of the 3,000, all right? So the top 1% that fit these criterias. And once it finds all of them, it gives them all a ranking from 0 to 100 and places them in order. And so if we go ahead and we scroll down, we can see that NVDA is number 1, followed by TSM, then Google, Broadcom, etc., etc. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at one of the companies. And so since I mentioned we just made a ton of money off of TSM, let's go ahead and take a look at them since they are number 2 today. All right, so we can see it's currently trading at around 430 bucks. We can see the 250-day moving averages are here and the stock price is currently above it. And we can see right here, the weekly stochastic again was moving downwards and now it is pointing in the upwards direction. But if we scroll down even more, we can see the LEAPSfinder gives it a score of 95 out of 100. And you can see right down here what it scores off of. So 1 is trend, and trend is 25% of the scoring. Then we have implied volatility, how expensive or cheap the contracts are, and that is 15% of the weighting. And then we have quality, right? Is it a good company? That's 25% of the rating. Then we have entry. Okay, this judges like, hey, has there been a good pullback? And typically it wants to see a stock at least 8 to 20% lower than what its 52-week high is. And if we come and we scroll up, we can see that TSM is currently about 10% below its 52-week high. All right, so that fits that criteria there. And lastly, we have option economics. And so what this does is it takes the analyst target price, which we can see right here is currently $547, and it takes the 0.70 delta LEAPS contract, which right now is the $390 strike, and it calculates the break even for that contract, and then it compares where the analyst target price is currently versus the break even. And the larger that gap is, the higher the score it would give for the option economics. Okay, so those are the 5 big categories that it scores on, and then every single major category has its own subcategories that it scores as well. But with all of that combined, just to keep it simple, TSM scored 95, and so it was a great opportunity. All right, so us in the community, we took advantage of this pretty much as soon as the stochastic K popped upwards, and we have made a good amount of money. Now, here's another great tool within this website. You can go ahead and you can compare scores for different companies. All right, so I'll go ahead and click compare scores, and you could just go ahead and compare the top 5 if you wanted to. However, let's say you wanted to look at some different type of companies. All right, so let's go ahead, let's compare maybe all of the credit card companies. So I could pull in Visa, and then I'll add MasterCard, and then we'll do American Express. All right, so if you were looking to get into the finance sector and you didn't know which company was the best fit for LEAPS, well, you can just look right here. We can see as of right now, American Express has a much higher LEAPS score than the other two. All right, but you can find the link to Tradeform IQ down in the description below. You can get it for as low as $39 per month. And I'm showing you the LEAPSfinder. However, it has some of the most amazing other tools that I've seen on any other website. All right, so go ahead and check it out. But it also comes absolutely free with the subscription to Bull Premium, our Trade to Freedom community. Now, if I were to go ahead and enter into a contract today, then let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so I went ahead and I pulled up TSM. And so first thing we want to do is select an expiration that's outside of a year, all right, or around that time. Okay, so let's come down to this date. That's September 17th of 2027. So about 401 days from now. So I'll click it. And then again, we want to go to around the 0.70 delta. All right, this will put us at a strike of 390. And so all I need to do is come over here and click the ask button. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the P&L curve. And so right here where these white dashes are is where the stock price is currently. And of course, this is a bullish strategy. So we want for the stock price to go up. And so up here, you can see how much the trade would be in profit if it were to go up to these prices today. And then on the left there, it shows you how much it would be worth at expiration, which we very rarely would ever hold a LEAPS contract to expiration. But if you take a look at that price on the right, you can see as the stock price goes up higher and higher and higher, then you'll make more and more money. All right. Now, TSM is a higher price stock, so the contracts are a little bit more expensive, right? Which is around $10,000 for this contract. However, if you were to go with a cheaper stock, like let's say an NVDA, which is another company that we've made a ton of money off of here recently. So let's go ahead and look at NVIDIA and we go to options. Now, if we look at the exact same expiration date, and then we will go ahead and go with around the 70 delta as well. And so that'll put us around this $205 strike price. And if we click on this, we can see that it would be around $5,240. All right, so about half the price of TSM. Okay, and as we can see here, same thing. The more the stock price goes up, the more and more those contracts will be in profit. All right, but there you have it, folks. The 5 things that I look at before buying any LEAPS contract. Now, remember to go ahead and take advantage of the Tradeform IQ platform to make this super simple. Click up a button, find some of the best trades. All the trades I've shown you right here, right now, are trades that we have already put our money in and that we are already up quite significantly on. All right, but the link for the platform is down in the description below. But let me know down in the comments, are you guys placing any LEAPS right now? And if so, what stocks are they on? All right, but until then, I will see you on the next one. Peace.